Based on the amount of meat you saw in the freezer, or rather, lack thereof, you guess this young man has probably decided to restock. Geez, this one looks really rough. Why would he need to tie it up though? Please. She's alive. Hey crew, welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. How's everybody doing? I hope you all are having a great day, and I'm kind of excited about this game. I don't know if people know about it, but I stumbled across it and thought it might be fun and also appropriate for the spooky season. So we are going to play My Sweet Housemate. As you can see, though the aesthetic is kind of cute, there are literally arms that are cut off. So I think that it's appropriate for the stream. It says in-house listing search. Okay, we got one here. I don't know how big this is. I'm not as familiar with meters. Let's see. 318 Williamson Avenue, $550 a month. Looks like a deal. Yeah, we're renting a room, $550. Okay. No photos. Oh, here we go. Though I don't think I would ever go to a place that has no photos. I'm just saying. We're not even there's like no background, like nothing. We literally just jump straight into the game. Like, I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, features 15 square meters, single room. I mean, okay, we got a shared bathroom, shared kitchen. No deposit. Okay, that's a deal right there. Okay, 1 year minimum tenancy. I can read. Okay. All right, we're just gonna submit the application because I think that's what we're supposed to do. This is so cute. Look at the clock. You tried waiting patiently for the application to go through before you shut your old laptop with a sigh. This ancient thing that has clearly seen better days somehow already managed to start hyperventilating after you opened just a couple of tabs. Okay, I'm gonna need you to stop with all this movement over here in these options, okay? You promptly put it in your backpack as you lean back in your seat. You can't help but let out a sour chuckle. Anyone else would probably find their old, worn-down diner seat extremely uncomfortable, but you don't have the luxury of complaining. In fact, it might be the softest thing you sat on in a week. Unaware of your own actions, you start anxiously fidgeting with your phone, silently praying to all the possible gods out there that your application will be approved. 9, 10. At this point, you've been homeless for 11 months, nearly a year. Whoa. Wow. After saving all the money you could for several months, you finally were able to save enough money to rent an apartment. Or at least that's what you thought. In 11 months of your homelessness, the housing prices only went up, making it practically impossible for you to find anything affordable at this point. Wow. You frantically searched every housing website, hoping to at least get some crappy old room, but nothing was ever even nearly in your price range. Wow. But this listing was everything you could ever ask for. You were thanking whoever was up there in the sky, or down there in the pits of heck, that you managed to apply basically minutes after the listing went live. Sure, it is shady as heck. No deposit, no required credit history. There aren't even any pictures. And as a cherry on top, you'll have to live with some random guy you have no information about. You were so eager to get it first, too, that you didn't even ask for a tour. Oh my gosh. I mean, I understand there's a level of desperation here, so we have to be understanding of the missteps, you know? If anything, you were almost entirely sure that it's probably some old shed or even worse, a human trafficking trap. Okay. Then we really shouldn't be doing this. But you are already at the point where you don't even care. You feel like you'll go insane if you have to spend another night out on the streets. Wow. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah. You shudder at the memories. Yeah, anything is better than that. Oh, you can swear your heart skips a beat as your phone lights up with a new notification on the home screen. It's an email from the housing website. Could it be? You impatiently unlock your phone, somehow managing to enter your password incorrectly twice before you do. I've done that. You quickly locate the email app and anxiously start reading. Okay. I mean, they could have gave me a little AI voice, but that's cute. Thank you for your application, Jazzy Boo. We appreciate you using our services and our smart algorithm has picked these 5 other apartments for you to look at. Ugh, are you kidding me? I just applied and already got an ad. You silently curse the website, thinking that it would have been better if they paid for your rent instead of financing these ads that no one probably even looks at. Well, besides you. While busy with your grandiose brain cursing session, you almost skip another notification that quickly floats into your phone screen. Oh my gosh. It's yet another email. I swear to God, if it's another ad, but it isn't. It's an email sent by whoever had posted that room listing. The first thing you note is its ridiculous length. It's short. Too short. In fact, there are only 3 lines, 2 of them being Dear Jazzy Boo and B.R. Seung Min Kim, the name of the original poster. The middle line just says, if you come to the apartment to sign the contract within 30 minutes, I'll give you the key. That is kind of crazy. Now you are entirely sure that your heart is skipping at least 30 beats. You immediately spring from the seat, grabbing your backpack on the way, before your attention is caught by a sad small cup of unfinished coffee on the table. Squeezing your lips with rising guilt, you quickly grab and drink the cold remnants before putting it down and storming out of the diner. Will this finally be the day that ends your homeless life for good? This is so cute. Okay, you find yourself in front of an apartment door trying to catch your breath. You don't particularly know how, but you somehow manage to make it in time. However, now you aren't even sure that you are in front of the correct apartment in the first place. You were fully expecting some shady old building, but it turned out to be just some average apartment complex. Something you could probably never even dream of affording in your current state. You hesitate for a good minute before letting out an anxious sigh and pressing the doorbell button. You hear the ordinary buzz sound play on the other side of the door, and then complete silence. That silence gets quickly interrupted, though, as you hear some faint footsteps sound behind the door. The door is open. You jolt as the sound of a man's voice comes from within the apartment, but almost instinctively push the door open. Still hesitant, you awkwardly step into the entrance. Whoa. As you walk in, you almost immediately get taken aback by your surroundings. You've replayed so many made-up horror scenarios in your head on your way here that the sight of an ordinary-looking hallway suddenly seems scarier than anything you could have come up with. That makes sense, though. There's no one in sight, so you just default to a polite stance in front of the entrance door, not even daring to make a single step. Now that you're actually in the apartment, and now that you've confirmed that it looks more or less normal, your anxiety levels are going through the roof. You have to make a good impression. You won't have another chance like this. Jazzy Boo, I assume? You almost jump as a tall, slouched man suddenly appears in one of the doorways of the hallway you were in. Sure is a tall, slouched man. You don't immediately realize that he is dressed in a suit because of how disheveled and scruffy he appears to be. I'll bet you're not in any position to judge. His eye bags almost seem to merge with his dark eyes as he tiredly looks straight at you. If your eyesight was just a bit worse, You would have even thought he just had two big holes for eyes, given how pale his skin is otherwise. Dumbfounded, you stare back at him, thinking that his eye contact is going on for a bit too long for your taste. Before you realize that it's your cue to respond. Oh, I get to pick what we say. Oh, I love this. Okay. Yes, that's me. Wrong. My name is actually. How did you guess? No, that would indeed be me, sir. Let's go with this one. Yes, that's me. And you're Mr. Kim, if I'm not wrong. You're not. But just Sung Min is fine. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be late for work. We don't hurry, so if you just follow me to the kitchen. The man then wastes no time as he promptly walks into the kitchen, and you are left with no choice but to follow him. Have we agreed to anything yet? You step into the kitchen, and once again, you temporarily stunned by just how normal everything looks. Sure, you can't tell that someone lives here by small stains. Wait, what? Sometimes I be reading, I be like, what? What'd I say? Sure, you can tell that someone lives here by small stains and patches of dust here and there, but if you had to choose, you'd happily use this space to take some photos for online housing ads or something. Speaking of photos, you thank heavens for the millionth time today. If young men put up pictures of this apartment, it would have gotten snatched before you could even apply. That's a good point. That's a good point. You don't know if that was just some pure laziness or simple lack of time, but you couldn't feel more grateful to the man in front of you for leaving the listing so empty. But you shouldn't feel grateful just yet. You still haven't signed the contract. Exactly. I was like, have we signed anything? Now, if you just look through the papers and sign at the places I marked. Huh? The papers on the table? It's the contract. Wait, is that it? That can't be it, right? He won't even ask for any additional information. But if you're concerned about the rent, the payment is obviously up front, but we can go through that in the evening. If I stay any longer, I will probably get fired for being late. You're free to move your stuff and unpack, though. But if you're not interested, that's fine too. But then I'd appreciate it if you... No, I'll sign. I'm interested. Wow, you're an eager one, aren't you? Right? Clearly this man is not at all too concerned about who his new flatmate will be. If he was, he wouldn't have put up an empty listing and responded to a random application within minutes of receiving it. You can't even afford to care about his reasons at this point. It's a good apartment. The rent is something you can afford, and the only tenant doesn't look at all too crazy. You quickly grab the papers, messily scattered around the table with slightly trembling hands, as you then read through them. After making sure that it really isn't some part of a human trafficking ring, you take the pen laying around on the table and find the marked box Sung Min mentioned. Here we go. Oh, I gotta type it. There it is. Sign. We did it, y'all. We got an apartment. After you sign, you audibly breathe out before handing the papers to Sung Min. He quickly goes through them and then nods at you. Oop, I clicked on the wrong thing, y'all. Sorry. What? Nods? Oh, great. Your room is in the opposite, one opposite of the bathroom. It's to the right of the kitchen. That should be it for now. Okay. All right. The man in front of you feels around his pockets for a brief second before putting his hand into one of them and then taking something out. It's the key, man. He fumbles with the item for a moment before he finally gets a firm grip on it. He is definitely clumsy, to say the least. Here's the key. Just don't lose it. We got it, y'all. We got the key. We got a place. It's official. Your hand seems to shake even more as Sung Min puts a simple metallic key into them. I won't. That would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, We will handle the payment later. I should get going. Right. Right. Lock the door after me. Yes. Yes, of course. Right. You try to shake off your stupor. You still can't believe that you're officially not homeless anymore. Wow. Can you imagine what that feels like? Okay, I think the sounds are a little lot. I don't know. For y'all. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Still somewhat stupefied, you follow his young man back to the entrance where he proceeds to put his shoes on. Shoes that look as scruffy as he is, and then stand straight in front of the door. Okay. As straight as his slouched back allows him to, anyway. Just make sure to lock it properly. And don't let strangers in. I'm not a kid. I at least know this much. Right. Well, I will see you in the evening. I'd be happy to have you for dinner. Oh, that's cool. With that, young man leaves through the entrance door, nearly tripping over the welcome mat. How you gonna trip over your own welcome mat? Again, happens every time. After this young man disappears down the hallway, you waste no time as you shut and lock the door. Such a simple motion, yet it feels so foreign to you. While on different levels, you are now also a resident of this apartment. A key, you can lock the door, you can sleep in your own room. So simple, yet so foreign. You squeeze the key that's already made home in your palm and can't help but let a nervous smile curl your lips. I did it. I really did. Still overcome with a mix of relief and excitement, you locate your room that, just like Sungmin said, is opposite of the bathroom. You walk through a simple door into a bedroom that appears to be just as simple. You're surprised to find that it's actually fully furnished, bed and desk included. At this point, you wouldn't even mind sleeping on the floor, but seeing how the bed even has its own bed sheets, you almost tear up. If this is a dream, I will be so pissed. But it isn't. And you can hardly believe it. Well, I guess I might as well unpack. The only good thing about being homeless is that besides the backpack, always glued to your shoulders, you have no other things. You take it off and start going through your carefully packed stuff. Unpacking time! Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay, we're gonna put this. Why we got hairs coming out of our toothbrush? That's nasty. Okay, that goes there. What is this, a charger? That stays in the bedroom. This, we can put that in the kitchen, I guess. Driest shampoo, world's driest shampoo. 100%, what is it? 100% less moisture? Oh my gosh. Okay, that goes in the kitchen. Anti-stink, what? And it says contains lead. What? That's deodorant, go in the bathroom. Multi gummies here. This go in the bedroom. DNR alert, do not resuscitate. We're gonna put that in the bedroom, I guess. Okay, done. Cool, cool. That's a cool little feature. Finally done with putting your things away, you turn towards your new bed and look down at it with rising temptation. Yeah, just take a nap. No longer able to resist, you let yourself fall into the fresh bed sheets. So soft and all yours. You rub your face against the pillow with a smile. It feels like the luck you've accumulated throughout the years was all poured into this one day. Who knows, maybe in the future you will even be able to rent an apartment of your own. Everything seems possible now. It really does. Wow, I couldn't imagine what that feels like. That's awesome. You don't notice how your eyelids start feeling heavier and heavier, and by the time you realize and open your eyes, a few minutes have already passed. Luckily, though, you don't have a shift today. Might as well take a nap. A really lucky day, huh? Left with no energy to even think, You let yourself fall into a deep slumber. Okay. We had a nice nap. It's evening time already, huh? When you open your eyes again, it's already dark outside. Feeling strangely satisfied and refreshed, you stretch and slowly sit up. Gosh, I haven't slept this good in a long time. Oh shoot. Right. Sung-min said that you'd sort out the rent payment in the evening. And he even offered to have dinner together. Free food. Crap, but this is not what's important right now. You feel a sense of anxiety build up in your throat as you check the time on your phone. 10:27 p.m. Oh my gosh, crap. While you silently curse yourself for being so careless, you get off the bed and start unconsciously walking back and forth. I mean, if he really cared, he would have woken me up, right? It's not like you locked the room or anything. Speaking of that, is he even home? You cautiously tiptoe towards the door and quietly put your ear against it, trying to see if you can catch any sounds. He's here. You could clearly make out some footstep sounds and moving noises coming from outside of your room. Great. Wonderful. You're not getting kicked out just yet. Maybe the dinner offer is still on the table too. Not wanting to wait any longer, you swing the door open and walk into the hallway. Surprisingly, the hallway looks different, really different when it's dark. It's almost has this new feel to it. Very different from the plastic perfect filming set you witnessed earlier. You don't spend much time mulling over your perception of the hallway though, as your attention is caught by the light coming from the kitchen. The sounds are coming from there too. You don't have to be a Sherlock to deduce that Sung-min is there, so not wasting any time, you walk towards the light. Wait, what? This can't be. What the heck? This man is cutting up body parts. He cutting up body parts, y'all. What is happening? He's cutting up body parts. Oh, hey. This can't be that, right? Come on, Jazzy Boo. You're not stupid. There has to be an explanation. Right? That's a hyper-realistic cake, y'all. Is that hyper-realistic cake you're making? You know, like in those videos where everything is cake? Those are all cakes, right? You're looking at me like, what? No, these are real human body parts. Why would he say that so casually? Like this is normal. Oh, come on. You were supposed to agree with me. Oh, sorry. This is just a weird looking pig. Oh my God. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. He smiled. Oh my gosh. Shoot. And you just started thinking you lucked out with this apartment. What is he? A serial murderer? A cannibal? A serial cannibal? No, wait, that's wrong. A cannibal serial. If you're thinking about calling the police, I'd advise you against it. Of course you're calling the police. Next thing you know, you'll know it'll be your leg he has on that cutting board. You just got out of homelessness, and you're not about to die to some cannibal serial murderer in a pink apron now. You do not understand that if I get arrested, you will no longer be able to stay here, right? So he got us there. Got us there. Do you read thoughts too? I don't. How do you know I want to stay here anyways? Just so you know, Mr. Sung-min, I have a grandma I can stay with at any time. No, you don't, Miss Jazzy Boo. And even if you do, you probably hate her enough to apply to a random suspicious listing and sign the contract all in the same day. Valid point, sir. And you got me there. Valid point. So You did it on purpose. Well, something like that. Oh my gosh, what do I do? Do I call the police or do I not call the police? You know what? I think the story gonna be interesting. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a little hoarse because I did play Doll Mare last night, and oh my gosh, that game was long, and I had no idea it was gonna be that long. So I'm a little hoarse today. I'm gonna try to let me hydrate a little bit. I'm gonna hydrate. And this game has so much reading. Okay, we're not gonna call the police because I kind of want to see where the story's going. So don't call the police. No, he's right. There's nowhere else you can go now, and your only choice would be to return to homelessness. Yeah, we not doing that. It'll be silly to think police would help with your situation too. Man, what the heck? This? Are you going to eat it? Yes. He eats the people? Oh gosh, he's a cannibal, y'all. It's too much meat though, so I'm going to store it for the future. Oh my gosh, he eats people. He eats people. I don't get such tender meat often. It would be a pity if it went to waste. Oh my gosh. Ugh. This wasn't the dinner he was talking about, was it? What are you even supposed to do now? Do you really have to tolerate a cannibal living literally in the same apartment as you? But the life on the streets, the feeling of your skin being so dirty that no matter how hard you scrub it, nothing makes you feel clean. The long nights spent dumpster diving, going through pounds of discarded food, just to be chased away by minimum wage employees that in retrospect are in no better situation than your own. You shudder at the memories. Listen. Yes. Ah, shoot. Whatever. Anything is better than going back there at this point. If they catch you, don't involve me. And don't eat me. I think that's fair to ask. Please don't eat me. Deal. It might take me a while, and as you can see, it's really messy, so let's talk about your payment tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. You got a little something. Um, well, everywhere. Ah, oopsies, I didn't realize. I guess I'll have to come up with another explanation for the dry cleaners. Yeah, you probably should change clothes. Last time they didn't fully believe my it's just pain excuse. Uh, why are suits such a pain? Right? Well, you probably better go to sleep. Unless you want to watch. No, no, I don't need to watch. No, no. No thanks. Well, see you tomorrow then. Yeah. Good night, my new housemate. And he's smiling. Oh, God. Well, at least he agreed not to eat me, so that's good. Don't forget that I know where you sleep. Okay. Well, thanks for the threat as I'm about to go take a nap. We literally live in the same apartment. Why wouldn't you? Just thought I should remind you. Right. I'm leaving now. I'm going this way, and you're going to stay here. Good night, Jazzy Poo. You feel like you won't be able to sleep tonight, right? But surprisingly, you zonk out pretty quickly. Wow, I am surprised by that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the reading, y'all. The next few days, you are still overcome with a faint sense of panic, afraid that Sungmin will eat you, or even worse, the police finds him and you will have to go back to the streets. But contrary to your fears, nothing really happens. In fact, after handling the first rent payment and enduring Sungmin's awkward attempts at thanking you, you don't even see him at all that much. Regardless of how under-socialized he seems, he's fairly polite when you do encounter him. Sungmin seems to work some pretty brutal hours at his office job. Your apartment is basically a ghost town half the time. You wouldn't be surprised if there were literal ghosts haunting this place considering all the bodies piling up around here. You're lucky that your shifts usually start in the early mornings and end somewhere during the daytime or evening, unlike Sungmin's grueling schedule. At first, you thought that you'd at least cross paths with him in the afternoons, but as it turns out, he typically comes home rather late at night. It's unlikely that your housemate is getting his full 8 hours of beauty sleep. 3 weeks pass by without you noticing, and still you can't count the amount of times you've crossed paths with Sung Min on your one hand. Those few times that you did see him, you could feel his gaze linger on you. You're not sure what that is all about, but even when he is not around, you can still feel his eyes lapping at your skin. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night to the sounds coming from the kitchen, which your imagination twists into the sickest imagery. Well, I don't think it's your imagination. I mean, you've seen how it is. It's nasty. But that aside, you really have nothing to complain about. You can't be more grateful to have a solid roof above your head and somewhere to return after work every day. Some form of steady housing really does change your life for the better. You don't have to worry about where to sleep every single night, about not being able to shower when you want, about the chance of getting robbed if you're not careful enough, about having some privacy, and so on. You hate to admit it, but you really don't regret staying here, even a little bit. You condemn what Sung Min does, but considering you're not really exposed to it anyway, even the constant dread of being butchered or kicked out, if he's ever found, slowly leaves your mind. Despite how absolutely worn out Sung Min appears to be, he is very mindful about the cleanliness of your common spaces. Surprisingly, even your funds start looking better now that you're able to take on more hours and leech off of Sung Min's Wi-Fi. That's right, use that Wi-Fi. Use that Wi-Fi. Heck, you even start considering getting a second job. Wow. Everything seems almost too good to be true. Well, it kind of is, but we'll get to that. I'm sure we'll find out more. What was that? What the? A loud sound coming from somewhere within the apartment suddenly pulls you out of your deep slumber. Did something fall? Or even worse, someone? An image of Sung Min dragging a new corpse into the apartment suddenly pops into your head. Irk. But what if something happened? You spend a couple of minutes sleepily contemplating if you'd rather this sound be a corpse about to be devoured by your landlord or the very same landlord collapsing on the floor. Ugh, whatever. If it's a corpse, I'll just pretend it's hyper-realistic cake. Yeah, cake. So we could go check it out. As you step into the hallway, you quickly realize you weren't worried for no reason. Your housemate is on the floor, looking as if he had collapsed a few minutes prior, and you guess that's what's probably happened too. You waste no time and quickly walk up to him. Hey. Hello? Hey. No need to yell. Oh, finally. Good morning, USA. What happened? You okay? I wanted to shower, but I'm too tired. And hungry. Now that he mentions it, you do realize that the man in front of you smells. Badly. Awfully. You might even say abhorrently. Your thesaurus session of listing synonyms for the word bad gets interrupted by Sung Min lightly groaning as he attempts to stand up. Geez, what time even is it? Definitely past midnight at this point. And he just came from work? As just another wage slave, you can't help but feel bad for him. Sure, he might be living in a nice apartment, and you would lie if you said you didn't feel a twinge of jealousy. But what even is the point of having it if you just come here to sleep? This newfound sense of camaraderie fills you with enough sympathy to want to help the man in front of you. All right, come on, I'll give you a hand. Huh? You know, a hand. Just don't bite it, okay? I know you're hungry and all, but I am not food. I remember that. You stretch your hand towards collapsed young Min as he dumbfoundedly looks back at you. Finally, he grabs it with his and heavily gets up. There we go. Okay, you go shower now, and I'll make something for you in the meantime. What? Are you sure? Yes, I am. For once. But you seriously better go before you stink up the place or I change my mind. All right, okay. Before you can say anything else, young Min clings to the wall for support as he walks away, vanishing into the bathroom. Well, that's that. Time to cook now, I suppose. For a second you wonder if you should put Young Min's Queen of the Kitchen apron on, but quickly decide against it. That thing has probably seen more blood than your blood vessels have in your entire life, okay? Thing's probably nasty. You immediately start checking the drawers and cupboards in search for ingredients. You and Young Min haven't really divided the kitchen space, but since you don't have a lot of things anyways, you took the liberty of picking an empty one and stored most of your things in there. As you go through the cupboards, you quickly realize that apart from condiments and instant ramen, there's nothing of nutritional value. In fact, most cupboards designated for food are just filled to the brim with nothing but cup ramen. What the? You already felt bad for him before, but now you feel really bad. You feel so bad, in fact, that you check your own cupboard to see if you could find anything with your stuff instead. If you could make anything with your stuff instead. Unfortunately, it happens to be the day when you ran out of almost everything, and besides a sad handful of oatmeal staring back at you from the bottom of the jar, there's nothing you could turn into a sustainable meal. Defeated, you return to the cup ramen hoard, raining on the shelves. Cup ramen it is, I guess. You pick up a random pork-flavored package and start cooking. Cooking time! Yes, we get to make ramen, y'all. Huh? Okay. This is so cute. Okay, put that on. We let it do what it do. Yep, it's ready. We got ramen. I love me some ramen sometimes. Oh my gosh. Though I like to go to the restaurant. But it's good though. All done, I suppose. You truly try to squeeze out a smile as a sign of pride in your work, but no amount of grinning can make this sad excuse for a meal any better. See, if you had some fresh, like green onion, like some scallions, to sprinkle on top of it, it would make it look more better. Just having that nice fresh green makes it look better. And then, or you could put an egg on the top. That would make it good too, but I don't think he has eggs. All of a sudden, an idea pops into your head. An idea that's so foreign to your morals that you wonder if you started going insane cooking that cup ramen. I mean, he's a cannibal, so what if you made some human meat for him to go together with ramen? No, we're not doing that. Stop it. You don't even have to look in the freezer to know that he has containers full of human meat down there. Oh my gosh. If anything, you're grateful that he has at least doesn't store it in the fridge. He doesn't store anything in the fridge at all. His side is always empty, and yours just has some occasional milk and eggs here and there. Don't tell me he's just been surviving off of instant ramen and human meat. Well, it's not really time to contemplate about Young Min's dietary choices at the moment. He will probably be out of the shower soon. You have to decide. Yeah, I don't want to cook human meat, y'all. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think we not gonna cook human meat. No cup ramen should be enough, and your morals aren't that low yet. That's right. You set everything on the bar table and patiently wait for Young Min. It doesn't take that long for him to finally appear in the kitchen doorway, his hair wet from showering. Hey, there he is. Why is he wearing that shirt? Why is he wearing that shirt? Oh my gosh. Okay. What is this t-shirt choice? Okay. What is this? What is this t-shirt choice? Xiangmin. Yes. Are you pregnant? No. Have you ever been pregnant? No. Have you ever impregnated anyone? No, I haven't. What's with these questions? Oh my gosh. Never mind. Anyways, something smells really good. Ah, yes, I made some cup ramen. What? No, I'm not talking about that. What do you mean? Huh? Instead of answering, Sungmin takes a step towards you. What? What? Is he implying that I smell good? Instinctively, you take a step back. Absolutely. Hey, don't start ominously walking towards me without saying anything. Now. Oh, sorry. All of a sudden, he pushes you down. What? What? What is happening? Don't eat me. Is that better? Sir, what is happening? What is happening, y'all? No, it's times worse now. Well, nothing we can do about it now. What? He wasn't talking about this when he said something smelled good, was he? Sungmin? Yes. What did you say smelled good? You. Oh no. Oh no, y'all. You smell delicious right now, Jazzy Boo. No! 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 Stop! Stop! Why, thank you. I've been using a new body spray. No! 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 Wait, no! You're not going to eat me, are you? Sorry, Jazzy Boo. That's just how it is. What? I should have cooked the human meat, y'all. I should have cooked it. But we made a deal. Ah, yes. I guess I'm terminating our agreement then. What? You can't do that. You can't just terminate our agreement. You can't just do that. But I'm already doing it. Fair enough. But hey, wouldn't that be bad for your serial killer, cannibal, serial murderer reputation? Look, I have no reputation. I literally kill and eat people. Oh, come on. There's got to be something. Come on, Jazzy Boo, think. Why don't we just tell him there's a lot of human meat in the freezer? Let's just tell him there's a lot of meat in the freezer. There's a lot of human meat in the freezer. You don't have to eat me. Oh, I know. But how I can resist this sweet, fresh fragrance of your insides calling for me? What is this? This man is oh my gosh. We need a knife. We need some kind of weaponry. Shoot. Is there really no getting out of this? Come on, Sungmin. Sorry, Jazzy Boo. You were a good housemate, Jazzy Boo. But I'm just so hungry and you smell so good. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. I can't help myself. I've been trying to hold myself back since the day you moved in. I'm just too tired to restrain my urges anymore. But hey, silver linings. I'm sure there are plenty of other people in need of cheap housing. I mean, you're right, but that doesn't sound exactly comforting right now. Don't worry, Jazzy Boo. I will make sure to use every part of you. Yeah, that doesn't make me feel any better. Before you can continue, you feel sharp teeth on your throat, and the next thing you know, awful pain waves overwhelm you. What? You attempt to scream, but can't. Xiangmin has probably already managed to tear out your vocal cords. Oh my goodness! Your world slowly falls into darkness as you enter a state of pain and shock. Is this what you get as thanks for making cup ramen? You got an ending, my cooked housemate. You became a stew. What is this ending? I'm not happy with this ending. I'm not gonna lie. Here we go. We're going to save this because this is like a pivotal moment. Okay. So last time we didn't call the police. Let's see what happens if we call the police, y'all. Slowly, you take a step back. Then another. Then you bolt for your bedroom. You slam the door and lock it, pressing your back against it while panic rises in your chest. Jazzy Boo, open the door. Come on. Did I do something wrong? Quickly, you retrieve your phone, rapidly calling 911. 911. Sir, dude. My housemate is a murderer. He's cutting people up on our kitchen counter and oh gosh. Dang, that sounds like it sucks. Are you going to help me or? Nah, we don't like prank callers. We're not prank calling. We're not prank calling. Lay off the alcohol and don't call back. No one believed us. 911 didn't believe us. Bro, are you actually calling the police? Could you at least wait until after dinner? I'm so tired and hungry. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to save again. Pivotal moment. Call it. Let's call again. What the? No. They're not getting away with this. If they don't help you, you might die. You now a bit more frustrated than scared immediately call 911 once again. 911, what's shaking, bacon? Who answers the phone like this? Dispatcher, you need to be fired. I'm going to die. Can you send police to my location or are you white? What? What? What is this game? What are they saying? What are they saying? Oh my gosh, they said okay, hold on. We're not gonna jump to conclusions. We are just going to see if there is more context here. We need more context, okay? We need more context. What? Why does that matter? Okay. Apparently, the context isn't needed. It is exactly what we think it is. It's exactly what we think it is. I'm literally going to get murdered. Not my problem. Call the fire department instead. What? Later, loser. Jazzy Boo, we can talk about this, you know? I really don't have energy to keep knocking. Oh my gosh. We gotta save again. We're gonna use up all our save spots. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Okay, now I think no, I'm not calling the police again because they're trash. So should I call the fire department like they suggested or give up and you regret paying taxes for this? I think since we saved here, I can always go back and do this. So I'm going to do give up, you regret paying taxes for this. The cops are useless. Jazzy Boo, come out. I won't hurt you. Please. There's a long moment of silence as you debate on if you want to come out or not. It doesn't seem like there's much else that you can do. And Seung-min doesn't sound mad. Promise? Promise what? Promise that you're not going to eat me? Jazzy Boo, if I wanted to do that, I would have already. I need you. In a non-weird landlord kind of way. Non-cannibalistically. I just want your company. And money. Makes sense. YOLO. I'm saying YOLO, why? Oh my gosh. You open the door. Seung-min stands rather pathetically in front of you. I want you to decrease my rent. Okay, negotiation time, y'all. Negotiation time. To cover my emotional damages. And I want you to never consider eating me at any point during my tenancy. Or else I will. I will get you arrested. No. The police, ultimate defenders of the American public, aren't helping you now. Okay. Okay. Why would they help you in the future? Nobody will believe you anyway. And he's right, because they didn't. True that. Who would listen to a crazy ex-hobo? Certainly not the cops. Your rent stays the same, and I won't evict you. How's that sound, Jazzy Boo? It might be better than being homeless. Fine. Well, see you tomorrow then. Yeah. Good night, my new housemate. Hopefully our future together will be healthier than this. We'll see. Right. I'll be sleeping with one eye open, so don't try anything. I know where you sleep. We live in the same apartment. Why wouldn't you? I see that. Okay. Just thought I should remind you. Okay. Good night, Jazzy Boo. You feel like you won't be able to sleep tonight. But surprisingly, you zonk out pretty quickly. Wow. Okay, so it is different. There's definitely differences. The cheapit says not everyone is created equal. Oh my gosh. Okay. The next few days you were still overcome with a faint sense of panic, afraid this young man will eat you, or even worse, the police finds him and you will have to go back to the streets. This one's kind of sounding the same as last time, but we're going to continue. But contrary to your fears, nothing really happens. In fact, after handling the first rent payment and enduring this young man's awkward attempts at thanking you, you don't even see him that much at all. Yeah, okay, this part is the same. Okay? Yeah, this part is all the same. Okay. Yep, this is all the same. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, all this is the same. Okay, I don't see any differences. It's a lot. Yeah. Yeah, this is all exactly the same. Okay. Yeah, this is all the same. So we're going to just kind of skip through this because we've already been there, done that. Okay. Okay. Okay, we recognize this part, the sounds. Here's the part. We're here. Okay. Okay, yep. We know this. Yep. We gonna get up. We gonna help him. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, he's on the floor. Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay. All the same. Okay. All the same. Okay. Yep. Got it. Yep. Okay. All the same. This is all the same. Okay. This part's all the same. Okay. Okay, we're back to the dinner time. Right. Okay, go take a shower, you stinky. Okay. Time to cook. Okay. Yeah, we not wearing that. Okay. Here we go. Okay, all this is the same. Okay. All this is the same. Cooking time. This part was so cute. Okay. Water's heating up. Open the ramen package. Add that. Put the water in. Put the lid on. Okay. It's ready. We got the ramen ready, y'all. Got the ramen ready. All done. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here's the part where we decide if we're going to add human meat with the ramen. Okay, we know where it is. All right. Okay. Okay. I feel like we already did do not cook human meat. We know what comes of that. So this time we're going to pick cook human meat. Well, he is a cannibal. It would only be natural to cook some human meat for him, right? You swallow as you open up the freezer, cold air pouring out of it as if it's some sort of evil premonition. It's just chicken or pork or fish. You try to convince yourself that what you will be cooking is anything but human meat as you reach for one of the freezer compartments. When you finally find enough courage to open it, it surprisingly turns out to be nearly empty. There's just one lonely container lying at the bottom. Honestly, it's not anything like you expected it to be. No gouged out eyes, no jars with human teeth, nothing grotesque, just one small container. For some reason, just the sight of it calms you down enough for you to simply pack the little plastic box up and shut the freezer without a second thought. You then absentmindedly take out a pan and start the typical process of frying meat. Heat the pan up, pour some oil. By the time you are supposed to put meat on the pan, you realize enough that you can easily do it. Thankfully, this young man has already pre-cut it into thin slices, leaving you with the easy part of the job. After a couple of minutes of spacing out in front of the stove, a familiar smell brings you back to reality. Pork. It smells just like pork. Did you really manage to convince yourself that it is pork after all? What in the... Hey. Oh, this is with the crazy shirt choice. What the... What is this t-shirt choice, right? Yeah, he's not pregnant. No, he's never been. He's never impregnated anyone. Okay? Never mind. Anyways, something smells really good. Ah, yes. I couldn't find anything, so I made you some cup ramen. All right, y'all, let's see what happens. And I'm frying some human meat. This young man raises his eyebrows for a second before he takes a step towards you. He gets so close that you can practically feel his breath on your face. So close, in fact, that you catch a whiff of artificial peach wafting from his pale skin. Instinctively, you take a step back. Is he not happy? You're burning it. Oh. Oh, wait, you're right. Can you fetch my glasses from the bathroom, please? I'll take over the cooking. Ah, yes, sure. Appreciate it. Okay. You quickly make your way to the hallway. In a way, it almost feels like a dream. Or a nightmare. Regardless, you're just happy that you're not in the frying pan, in one of the frying in the pan. Sighing, you step into the bathroom. Searching time? Okay, so this is all right. I should have saved. Here I go again. You know what I mean? Okay, what's this? Oh, I can move stuff around. Okay, what's this? Okay, I'm just what the heck am I doing? I don't know what the purpose of this is. Okay, there's this. I think this is a thing. Oh, it looks like it's supposed to be a heart. Uh-oh. Oh, I can save right here. No way. Wait, I don't want to save right here. I'm going to save after I'm done with this. Okay, so we put this there. Then move this out the way. This can go here. Can I like turn them? There's like a random tooth. Okay, we're gonna put this. Move this out the way. Move this out the way. We're gonna put this here. This goes here, right? Then this goes here. There's more. Oh, here's the glasses. I found them. I was supposed to be finding glasses. I forgot. I got so distracted by everything else. When you successfully get Seung Min's glasses and return to the kitchen, you find him already sitting on the bar's table, the food ready in front of him. You hand Seung Min the glasses, his cold bony fingers brushing against yours as he takes them. Ah, thank you. The man gratefully nods, and you, a bit hesitantly, grab a stool and sit on the opposite side of him. Okay, I'm saving. Save. Definitely saving. Okay. You assume that Seung Min will start talking first, but unsurprisingly, he continues eating, completely ignoring your presence. Seems like you'll have to be the one to start the conversation. What does it taste like? No. Why do you need a housemate? Why do you eat people? Why did you collapse earlier? I don't know if we should go here. You know what? Let's just ask. Why do you eat people? Seung Min? Why do you eat, people? I don't know. It's always been this way. What kind of answer even is that? If you don't know, can't you just eat normal meat? Well, all meat is just meat. But no, I can't. Why not? As I said, I don't know. It's just a need. Ah, so you're like these are my options, y'all. I would say it's more like a zombie because vampires just suck blood. They don't eat the meat. So you're like a zombie, that needs brains and all, and you need human meat? Zombie? You seriously? I'm not rotting yet, so I'd say no. You sure look like one though. Wow, what are we saying? What's that? Nothing. You spend the next few moments in silence as Seung Min finishes his food, and you absorbed in your own little world, stare out the window at the city drowning in darkness. The whole situation almost seems funny to you. Just a few weeks ago, you had nowhere to go and had to look for a place to spend the night at every single day. But now you're here, sitting in this clean, cozy kitchen, with a cannibal eating human meat by your side. Human meat that you have prepared for him. Nevertheless, you can't help but admit that you much rather prefer this bloodthirsty cannibal's company to your homeless life. What a cursed world we live in, huh? Hey, Jazzy Boo? Huh? Thanks for the meal. Yes, of course. It's been a long time since someone made me a meal. Instead of me making a meal out of them. Okay. Wow, what a response. Is that his attempt at humor? Yeah. I can't remember the last time that I had living company over. Oh my gosh. Living company, okay. Being a cog in the capitalist machine does that to you, though. It kills your social life. Sometimes I think that the dead enjoy my company more than the living do. What I'm trying to say is thank you for spending time with me. Well, I will probably head to bed after doing the dishes. While there's still some time to sleep. You should probably do the same, though. Sorry for waking you up. How did you already have that puffy morning face? Well, at least he's honest. But he is also right. You almost started falling back asleep while sitting with him there. And you'd rather upkeep your sleeping schedule if you want to get a second job. That wasn't an insult, by the way. It's kind of cute, actually. Is he flirting with me? What is happening? Did his stomach just rumble? You should probably get out of here before he asks for seconds. Exactly. Well, I'll leave you to it then. Good night, Youngmin. Good night, Jazzy Boo. Sweet dreams. With that, you go back to your room and quickly find yourself falling asleep in the warm embrace of your bed. Okay. Now the game's continuing. Okay. See? Last time we didn't continue. We just died. Okay. The next day, you can't help but mentally go back to your encounter with Youngmin. You feel that he is charming, interesting, dull, horrible. Okay. That's an interesting list. Oh, I get to pick. I would say he's I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention. Like, I mean, I have, but he's he's like, I wouldn't pick any of these words, honestly. I would have picked like he's polite, and like honest. But none of these really fit. So I'm gonna say he's charming. Charming? You can't lie, there's something about him. Something that strangely attracts you, despite him being a cannibal and a murderer. That fact almost makes you feel ashamed. You don't let it fully get to you, though, as your gratitude for the housing opportunity is far bigger than your sense of shame. The previous night only ignited your morbid attraction toward him even more, too. You wonder why. You spend the whole day thinking about it, and you don't notice how quickly it passes. In the end, you go to bed completely exhausted after another day of hard work. Okay. Seriously? Again? It hasn't even been a full day, for gosh sakes. This time, you don't even waste time sitting around and immediately get up and swing your door open as you step into the hallway. You stop in the tracks almost momentarily. The hallway turns out to be empty, and there are sounds of water coming from the bathroom. This young man is probably showering in there. Then what was that noise? Surely you're not going insane, are you? You hesitantly start walking forward before you notice something around the corner that was not there before. Something red. Ah, it's just a corpse. Why are we normalizing this? Why do we think that this is fine? Wait, a corpse? Seems like you've somehow jinxed it yesterday. Sure did, based on the amount of meat you saw in the freezer, or rather, lack thereof. You guess this young man has probably decided to restock. Geez, this one looks really rough. Why would he need to tie it up, though? Please. She's alive. Oh, no. What the? All right. Okay, seems like this corpse is not so dead. Please spare me. I haven't done anything. Alright. And what are you supposed to do now? A terrified woman stares at you with desperate plea in her eyes, her arms and legs both tied with layers of thick rope. Definitely not something you expected or were ready to deal with when you were leaving your room. You mentally curse at young men. You are not going to hurt me, are you? No. I'm not with that guy. Jesus, this woman looks petrified. Well, no wonder. She's practically head to toe covered in blood. But this is really awkward. She's just a poor innocent person with an insane lack of luck, and you know her fate better than anyone. But do you really have any right to intervene? Then please, will you help me? Instead of responding, you just rub the back of your neck, feeling conflicted about what to do. At the sight of that, At the sight of that, the woman's face sinks in growing hopelessness. What's your name? It's Jazzy Boo. Why would I tell her my name? I can't help her now. She know my name. I'm Alicia. Don't tell me your name. I'd say nice to meet you, but this is probably not the best time for that, huh? Yeah. Gosh, he's so scary. I was just walking down the alley from work, and then he jumped out of nowhere. I mean, look at all this blood. He did all of this to me. Gosh, I don't even know what's going to happen to me. What did I do to deserve this? He's keeping you a prisoner here, isn't he? Sure. Well, you wouldn't exactly call it that. Come on, two people are stronger than one. I'm sure that if we act together, we can easily overpower him. Girl, bye. I promise that no harm will come your way. How you can't promise nothing? You hush. I might not look at it, but I'm quite agile, you know? Then how did we end up here? How did we end up here? We're so agile. Well, you really don't want to risk being the one getting eaten instead. Oh, come on. Don't you see that I'm scared? Oh, yes. Yes, you can. Jazzy Boo, please. I really don't want to die. We gotta save. Is there like another save thing? Is there more? Yes, there is. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, we not gonna save her. We not gonna save her this time. Sorry. Nah, I'm good. You're on your own. Instead of fear, Alicia's face contorts with rage at your refusal. How dare you? How dare you refuse me? Do you even know who I am? You insignificant, stupid. Her yelling seems to attract attention because a freshly showered young man creeps out from the bathroom. Slowly, he slinks up behind Alicia as he reaches for the light switch. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Seungmin stands victorious over Alicia's now battered corpse. Though you doubt she had any chance in the first place, being tied up and all. This made me hungry. Good thing I brought home takeout. Ew. The smile is a lot, y'all. At first his remark confuses you until you glance down towards Alicia. That's definitely one way to call her a corpse. Hey, Jazzy Boo. You nervously look up at him. He doesn't want to make you into a home-cooked meal now, does he? What you made yesterday was decent. And your company was quite energizing. So I was thinking, maybe we could cook together. Oh, gosh. We could share, too. I don't want to eat that. Well, that's definitely out of character. On one hand, you kind of feel too afraid to agree. On the other hand, you feel too afraid to say no. But hey, who knows? Maybe it will be a good bonding opportunity. And no more killings will happen. Sure. Yes. Right. We gonna help him cook. Because why not? You know what I mean? Wait, let's save again. Let's save. Hold on, we gotta save. We gotta save all the things. All the potential areas where we can make changes. Okay. We gonna help him cook. Well, it's not like Alicia was your friend or something. You have no qualms about helping Seungmin cook her. At this point, you've already done far worse than cooking a person. Plus, being on good terms with Seungmin, who is very much alive compared to Alicia, seems way more important right now. Sure, sounds delightful. I'm kind of a professional chef though, so stand back. Well, you're definitely not bad. Though you should get more practice cooking meat of the human variety. Okay. Well, seems like this is your chance to do so. Oh my gosh, we're doing this. Seungmin takes his bloody apron off after carrying Alicia into the kitchen. It doesn't help me. It doesn't help make him look any less scary, though, as his exposed skin is practically drenched in her blood. Okay, boss, what are we cooking? Well, I was thinking of making curry. Oh, so you can make something besides instant ramen? I actually enjoy cooking quite a bit. It's a hobby of sorts. If I didn't have to work this much, I'd probably spend more time indulging in that hobby. Wait, wouldn't that mean he would kill more people? Yes, so good thing he works a lot. Without beating around the bush, this young man probably puts you to work at the cutting board. We have to cut her? No, why can't he do it? I don't want to do it. Meanwhile, he starts cooking rice and cleaning the remains of Alicia off of him. Why can't I cook the rice? Well, time to get chopping. No, we have to do it. Okay, all good. We're just doing the veggie. What? Wait, what's happening? Is this carrot supposed to symbolize Alicia? Oh my gosh, that's how they did it? No way. Or are we supposed to be I'm confused. If we're actually are we actually cooking onions and carrots, or are we like, oh, never mind. We were actually cooking carrots and onions. This is actually Alicia. Wow. Her tat's cute though. Her tat is really cute. And her nails are all, I'm so sorry, Alicia. Oh, this is just weird, y'all. Look what they got me. Oh, golly. Look what they got me doing. No. Look at how the tat changed. The face changed, y'all. Oh, that is gross. That was so gross. Once you're both done with cooking, Youngmin takes out a second plate. Oh, I'm sorry. Takes out a second plate and looks at you questioningly. Seems like your landlord is inviting you to join him for a meal. No! A cannibal meal. Oh my gosh. Save. Okay. Y'all, we're going to continue with the following along. We're just going to do it. We already cut the meat. We're already didn't help her. We already did the helping with the cookie. We might as well eat it with them. You know, we might as well just take it this far at this point. Well, you've already helped him cook the human meat. Might as well try the fruits of your labor. Exactly. Might as well. We already here. You nod his young man, and he fills the plate with freshly made curry. Human curry. Okay. And he's just a-cheesing about it. You look down towards the fresh bowl of curry. The warm aroma from the piping dish is alluring. It has a deliciously spiced scent that dances across the kitchen, lingering delicately in the air. Various seasonings in the dish create a romantic, hot and heavy, yet sweet mouth-watering fragrance that you can practically taste. The human meat you cooked really adds some pizzazz to the whole thing. This is so weird. It's so weird, right? You nearly forgot that this curry is topped off with a nice serving of Alicia. Oh my gosh. You feel a little guilty that she smells so good. You both take the same seats as yesterday, and you can't help but feel a sense of deja vu. Well, partially because you did do the exact same thing the day before. This seems like a good opportunity to get to know this young man a little more. Though. Why did you pick up Alicia specifically? How do you even have enough energy to do this? What's with your, your backstory? What's with your wardrobe? We don't care about no wardrobe. Let's save, though. Let's save real quick. We're gonna save. Because that could be something fun. Why did you pick Alicia specifically? I think I want to know that. Why did it have to be Alicia? She seems sweet. Well, for the most part. But why did you pick her specifically? I didn't. She was just there in the alley. Alley? Yeah, she was already covered in blood, fighting some other guy. I just thought she was an easy meal. Oh, she was fighting someone else. Oh. Somehow you're not even surprised. Typically, I pick someone from the company I work at. Someone scummy, someone rich, someone I don't have empathy for. Then there are some days, like this one, where I just get lucky. She was already killing someone. What? Oh, she was already killing someone. That's why she was covered in blood. Not because he did something to her, because she was killing somebody else. Whoa, she was covered in someone else's blood. And I could tell it was just a normal thing for her. A fellow killer instinct, I suppose. But yeah, typically I just kill someone who is a source of other suffering. That's the best thing I can do in this capitalistic hellhole. Wow. Save. Okay, pivotal moment. Wow. Dang, that's the realest mess I've ever heard. You know, I've actually never told you, but I was homeless before this. If it weren't for you, I'd still be out there sleeping on a park bench or the nearest Teddy's Table diner. Or, shelters. If you can even call them that. Not that I was even let in half of them half of the time. Well, I'm glad you're here now, Jazzy Boo. I am too, but it really is only thanks to you, Xiangmin. I didn't do anything. You got here all by yourself. As the conversation slows into comfortable silence, Xiangmin begins to eat. Staring down at your own bowl, you find yourself hesitating. Are you guilty, ashamed, mortified at the choices you made to get yourself to this point? You should be. You know logically that you should feel all of these things, but you really made some killer curry. Wow. Wow. Before you know it, a spoonful of steaming curry is already in your mouth. The mix of carrots, onions, and meat is devilishly delicious. Your brow twitches. Shouldn't you be disgusted by this? Wouldn't a normal, regular person be disgusted by this? Maybe you're not regular. Maybe there are two sides of you fighting for dominance. A devil and an angel. Or was it angler? Oh, and an angle? Or was it angler? Oh, I thought they just misspelled and meant angel, but I really think they meant angle. Antler? Doesn't matter. This food is kicking, and you're the pro chef behind it. Not only do you enjoy this meal, but Xiangmin seems to be enjoying it too. You think? His neutral expression makes it difficult to read him. You count this as a win anyway. It's my first time sharing this experience with someone else. I've never met anyone who heard me out after learning that I'm a cannibal. You are the first, Jazzy Boo. How somehow you are not surprised. After all, it's not like there's some kind of cannibal cafe for him to mingle at, right? You can't help but feel kind of bad for him, for the man in front of you. Being a cannibal is bound to be lonely, huh? Not to mention that it doesn't really seem like Xiangmin has a lot of time to make friends otherwise. People are typically quick to judge me, even if they don't really know anything about me. They form their impressions of me without even getting to know me first. I feel like at some point I stopped trying. Stop trying to care about what people think of me. What's the point if it bounds to end the same way anyways, right? But I care about what you think, Jazzy Boo. I think your presence is really changing me. I'm really bad with words, but I appreciate you for trying to get to know me, Jazzy Boo. It means a lot to me. And you mean? Did he just fall asleep? You end up doing the dishes before attempting to lift young Min up to take him to bed. You quickly regret your decision, though, as he turns out to be heavier than he looks. A real dead weight, huh? In the end, you have to spend a few minutes trying to shake him awake before he finally sleepily opens his eyes. You help young Min get up and make sure he stays up as you assist him in getting to his bedroom. You even lead him all the way to the bed and carefully tuck him in, afraid that the man will collapse inches away from it. Xiangmin's bedroom is kind of pigsty to put it nicely. So he has a dirty bedroom. Okay. It's surprisingly considering the state of the rest of the apartment. Right. Because the rest of the apartment it's showing that it's clean. But his bedroom isn't clean. The shared spaces are always very tidy. You have no clue where he gets the energy to keep them clean, but you're thankful for it. It must be really taxing for him. Stepping over his unironed clothes strewn about the floor, you successfully guide young Min to his unmade bed. Exhausted, he collapses against the sheets. You don't even get to say goodnight before the sounds of his soft snoring fills the room. With a job well done, you retire to your own bedroom for the night. Wow. All right. I think those are achievements, I think. Yeah. You'd say the dinner goes pretty well. So well, in fact, that the two of you go on to have many more dinners together, spanning over weeks, then months, then a year. Surprisingly, young Min turns out to be rather soft for a bloodthirsty cannibal. Before you know it, your relationship with him naturally progresses into something more romantic. Oh my God. What? Oh my goodness. The two of you officially become partners? You really let young Min cook, and perhaps that's what sets you on this path? This path towards destiny? Towards the day that young Min proposes to you? You don't expect it, the abrupt nature of it all, when he slips the ring off of your dinner's finger and gets down on his knees. The ring isn't your size, but you know you could always get it adjusted later. Finally, all of your simping pays off. What? Of course you accept. Your wedding takes place at the most classy location anyone dating a cannibal would choose. The butcher counter at the local supermarket. All the meats and knives the eyes can see. Naturally, it's a breathtaking ceremony. Even the shoppers can't help but stop and stare in wonder. Or rather, in fear. No, they are probably just jealous of your supermarket wedding. Hand in hand with young Min, the two of you will have a very grotesque, disgusting, and gory future. Exactly the way you hope it'll be. Young Min has successfully rizzed you. Oh my gosh, what is this? What is this? Or was it you who rizzed him? It was probably me. Who cares? Congratulations on your marriage. That is hilarious, y'all. That is hilarious. You got an ending. My Housemate version 1, and you didn't even fall off a cliff. That is hilarious, y'all. Okay. I like this ending. This one was really cute, actually. I'm going to see how many more endings there are, and then maybe we'll pick up and start trying to achieve the rest of them. I'm going to continue this probably in another stream.